Okay, testing. I've been meaning to do a video for a while with regards to the massive uh, cornucopia of astrology going on at the moment. We're April 2020, and the Capricorn fanfare in terms of harmonics has been huge, and the reverberations, I feel very sure to say, are evident. The world is the Earth. There's a grounding going on. It's Capricorn, and then also there's a Taurus aspect just coming in. Venus has just been there, Uranus is in there, Sun's in there, Mercury. This sort of seismic earthquake aspect with the tornado of the air, that Aquarius where Saturn's just arriving, and the envoy is Uranus. It's just like that cartoon Taz of Tasmania, the tornado on the earth. And with all these sort of dry physical fissures of earthquakes, the pressure builds, that Taurian steadiness is maintained as long as possible, and then can't stand the pressure, of the Uranus pneumatic drill, if you like. But what we've also got, just watched the Kayapatch one, is the North Node, and the South Node, of course, on the same axis, are just about to change signs. So they go backwards like the great years, precession of the equinox. And so we're going from Cancer, that fluid, emotional fluid that, is perhaps balm for all these Geiger counter earthy eruptions. And so as it leaves Cancer out of the first degree going backwards, it's going to arrive in Gemini, and here we go, the wash of the water of the sea, of the Cancer emotional spiritual fluids coming up onto the fizzing Gemini frenetic air again. And so it's got, gives that idea of the foam at the shore, where so much energy, where the waves come up to the land and the air is there too, is a real crucible of elements. And so into Gemini, to meet going the other way, the regular way around, is Venus, just out of Taurus. Bear in mind, this is all directly opposite the Capricorn, Cancer Capricorn, same axis. And so Venus is going to be retrograding and hanging around in Gemini, where the North Node is just arriving for about 6 weeks, I think. North Node's there for a year and a half. But a fair while. And so that new North Node is kind of like the sort of tidal wash of humanity and the direction we're heading. So we sort of, if you think of that beach scene again, draws from the South Node, which is Capricorn going into Sagittarius, fire sign, and it draws from there, and the fetch of the beach then takes it to the North Node. It's arriving in Gemini, and that just gives me that idea of the wave crashing, the air that fires the salty white sea off the top of the wave, the surf, very, I say, frenetic, lots of energy, lots of fizz. and so into the North Node goes the compass heading setting of humanity, and it's data. You know, tell me, give me knowledge, soak it all up, and then consolidate it and pass it on. You know, the social butterfly of Gemini, chatty, social, communicative, and the individual personal Venusian femininity of connection, that grounded yin security that comes with loving connections, you know, meets Venus, who will be, you know, well seasoned by the time the North Node and Venus meet in 6 weeks or so. You know, great timing in a way, with all this, you know, politics, very Gemini, twin towers Gemini, right? And so that emotional feminine Venusian appreciation, you know, is a great tonic perhaps for this sort of dry mind action. You know, as Sagittarius takes the South Node, what is going to be drawn up? You know, a lot of philosophy in Sag. So, you know, like a sort of pump or a siphoning action. You know, draw from Sag, feed to Gemini down the nodes. That moon, reflective, tidal wash. Fascinating times.